The kingdom of fur and feather, and the trick of the tortoise. There was a time, before humans claimed the forest and fire, when the animals ruled themselves. They had kings and courts, harvests and festivals, punishments and praise. The forest was their palace, and each tree its pillar. In the heart of this kingdom lived the lion, great King Baroka, whose mane glowed like the sun's own beard. He was feared and loved, for his roar could stop the rain, and his mercy could make rivers change course. Around him stood his counsel, Okoro the eagle, sharp-eyed and just, Bantu the elephant, wise and slow-moving, and Jolly the monkey, whose laughter echoed even in funerals. But none were as talked about, nor as underestimated, as Mbeku, the tortoise. He was small. He was slow. His shell was cracked and patched in places from falls and fumbles. But beneath that quiet dome lay a mind that could outdance storms. The animals laughed at him. They called him old pebble and food with legs. They mocked his gait, his voice, his strange proverbs. But they never saw the traps he laid, not until they had stepped in. When the lion declared the great feast of unity, Mbeku was not invited. Only those who had contributed to the kingdom's strength were welcome, the fastest, the strongest, the most majestic. Mbeku, they claimed, had done nothing but nap and mutter nonsense. So the tortoise did what he always did, he listened. Then, he plotted. The night before the feast, he visited each animal secretly. To the lion, he whispered, "The eagle says you are old. That your roar is now more breath than fear." To the eagle, he murmured, "The monkey boasts that your wings are only good for flapping gossip." To the monkey, he confided, "The elephant calls your laughter empty and foolish." To the elephant, he sighed, "The lion has decided your time has passed. He seeks a younger tusk." By dawn, the court was tense. During the feast, words turned sour. Side glances grew sharp. Accusations stirred. And just as the first yam was cut, the eagle flapped off in fury, the monkey threw mangoes, the elephant stomped off, and the lion roared for silence. But the silence was broken by a small, deliberate crunch. Mbeku, seated alone at the table, was chewing the first yam, smiling. "I only came to clean," he said, crumbs on his chin. No one stopped him. They were too busy fighting. Later, when tempers cooled, the lion confronted him. "Did you poison our peace?" Mbeku replied, "I only fed it what it was already hungry for." The lion should have punished him. But instead, he laughed, long and loud. From that day, Mbeku was made advisor of shadows. An unofficial title. A hidden role. He had no real power. But he heard everything. Saw everything. Remembered everything. And so his tricks grew. He once convinced a crocodile that the moon was made of fish scales. The crocodile jumped so high trying to catch it that it snapped a tree in half. When asked why he'd lied, Mbeku said, "I merely told him what he already wanted to believe." Another time, he challenged the cheetah to a race across the river on floating gourds. The cheetah, proud and impatient, jumped too early and sank. Mbeku floated across slowly, humming. He tricked the ants into believing the termites were building a tunnel into their queen's chamber. A war broke out. When both sides realized the truth, Mbeku had already taken the abandoned honeycomb both colonies had been guarding. The animals started saying, "Where there is confusion, there is Mbeku's shell nearby." Yet none could catch him, because his tricks were not born of cruelty, but of observation. He used what others ignored. When drought came, and the streams dried up, the animals panicked. But Mbeku led them to forgotten springs beneath the earth, mapped during his lazy wanderings. When the hawks threatened to invade from the east, he warned the council days before their scouts even arrived. He had seen the shifting flight patterns in the sky. So the animals began to respect him, fear him, consult him, and still laugh behind his back. One day, the lion declared a contest. Whoever brings the most priceless treasure shall win a favor from the throne. The elephant brought a diamond the size of a coconut. The eagle brought lightning in a jar. The monkey brought the laughter of a child, stolen from a human village. Mbeku brought a single grain of millet. The court roared in laughter. But Mbeku only nodded. The lion asked, "Explain." Mbeku said, "With this, I can feed a bird. The bird lays eggs. Eggs become more birds. They sing, their songs charm traders, traders bring gifts. Gifts can be sold. With this grain, in 10 seasons, I can build a kingdom within your kingdom. But take it away, and you have nothing." The lion stared, and for the first time, bowed his head. The prize was given to Mbeku. Though no one knew what the prize was, only that the lion whispered it into his shell, and Mbeku nodded once. Seasons passed. Mbeku grew older, slower. His shell cracked further. But he never stopped thinking. One night, the animals heard a great shout. The lion had vanished. In his place sat Mbeku, not on the throne, but at the base of it. "The kingdom does not need kings," he said. "It needs remembering." So he told them stories. Stories of past mistakes, quiet heroes, dangerous silences, and loud fools. He reminded them of who they were and what they feared to become. No longer a trickster, now a teacher. He ruled nothing, but everything changed by what he said. And so the kingdom of fur and feather moved without war, without crown, because every creature remembered Mbeku's voice. When he died, no one touched his shell. They say it still lies under the council tree. And when the wind is just right, you can hear it hum, "I didn't win with strength. I won because you didn't see me coming." Lessons. Underestimation is the cloak of the clever. Wisdom walks slowly, but it always arrives. Power is not always about strength, it's often about sight. Lies only succeed where truth is already neglected. Every beast has a weakness. The tortoise finds it not through force, but through patience. When all fight for the crown, the quiet one may hold the kingdom. A seed may look small, but it carries the forest. The best trick is the one that teaches afterward. Respect those who move behind the curtain, they often see the stage more clearly. True influence needs no title.